holy shit, was this episode of Persona such a huge improvement from the first one. Now, I like to say that more due to kind of pacing-wise, more what was in the episode than it was, like, there was not really a big advancement in, like, animation or because we've gone over this, like, before as well with the first episode. Obviously, we know that the anime is obviously taking a lot of stuff that was made popular due to the game. So, like, a lot of the really kind of sick little shots, really, like, nice visuals, like, red that you get to see from, like, all of this, like, when you actually see which one of the standout parts of this episode was when they did the all-out attack, where they're all dashing around, like, all black, and then good old, like, Joker pulling down the glove and doing the iconic pose, which is in the game. And I will say, if anything, like, I will always still recommend to play the games over the anime, but the problem is it's so hard to kind of, like, go through everything in a 24 episode run when we're talking about, like, a 50-hour RPG here. If we're talking, like, a huge length of time and investment into it, and it's like, do you have this or that, or do you want to go for that, or do you want to actually try and spend that time, like, you know, watching something that's a little bit more condensed and has more of the main factors? Because you see through this episode that we already got to, like, having, like, already another, like, 3 party members on there, having, like, more, like, Morgana on the team as well. It's like, it's kind of nice, but we should talk a little bit more about the episode and get into it. So, a lot of things, obviously, with, like, kind of the ending of the first episode, we get to see that Ren activated his persona Arsene, which, just saying, it's the coolest fucking thing. I love Arsene, he's a badass, and they managed to lock up Kamoshida into the prison, and they lock him up, get him out of there, and it's like, we need to get out of here right now, and they just ran, and somehow they managed to get back to the real world. And it was like, what the fuck is, like, you know, going on here? Like, we were just like here a moment ago, and it's like, we're at the school now, and it's like, they immediately see, like, Kamoshida's there, like, and he's like, huh, already, like, late for your first day at school. It's like, yo, what are you doing on here? And it's like, and clearly, like, Ryuji and him have some beef together, like, that's already, you could tell that from the first episode, but it is really just let out all the way from this episode, because one of the first things that you get to see in the when he's talking down is that a lot of people have it out for Ryuji, mainly because, especially his old track team, we get to see a lot more with Kamoshida, that he beats his students, and it's like, the school ignores this and not hearing any of it, because he's like, oh no, but he got us to the nationals once, and that's good on the school record though, so if we keep hush-hush about this, it'll, you know, get more people and funding and yada yada. You get into this, and it's like, he is apparently dating one of the other party members, the Kamiki, and it was like, that's very creepy on there, and it's like, huh, alright then, let's see that. I also like a little bit, like, of the side things they showed in this episode when, like, a lot of Ryuji and Ren was talking, and it was like, I like they showcased a couple of the other party members in there. I think a lot of people were like, oh my god, it's Haru, and it's like, yeah, they showed little tidbits, like, teasing, because clearly, with the opening and the ending, we know exactly where we're going to be going in the first half, and I think a lot of us kind of predicted that we're at least going to get up to Makoto, at least, where they're going to be covering the material, even if they are going pretty fast with some of the stuff. But they come up with the idea that, no, this is Kamoshida, and it's like, what was that though? Like, why was he so different, and why is he acting like nothing's happening? And there's a great shot where, like, you see, like, them playing volleyball, and, like, Kamoshida's beating like crap out, pretty much using that as a abusing. You even see with, like, Ann's, like, a friend Shiho, that he just straight up beats her. That's completely new. You don't see that. It's implied in some really creepy other stuff as well, what Kamoshida does, but you don't actually full on see beating, and I'm like, yeah, that's how much of a scumbag Kamoshida is. It's like, they put it on thick to show, no, you really hate Kamoshida, you really don't like him. And when they go back in there, they see, like, Joker's like, what the hell, I'm already in my, like, gear, my feed gear, and it's like, Ryuji's like, this is creepy, and we get to see through this episode that they free this little cat thing known as Morgana, and it's like, what is with this thing? Why is it talking to us? Is it is it like what we've been seeing? And they break him out because, like, we can get information from him and use this to our advantage, which we find out later on that he's also a Persona user as well, and finding out with Ryuji after having another Kamoshida's bullshit. You see, I kind of like they completely recreated the whole scene with him like losing his like mind, and he's like ripping off the mask, and it's like, no, you get to see Captain Kid. Like they doing the bits pretty much by the book for like how the game is for the most part, with a few exceptions of like a couple of other scenes. What I will say though, which is a nice little bit of the detail that they put on there, is the demons. That was a thing where it's like, no, we're seeing Shin Megami Tensei demons right now. We're seeing what demons would actually be in this dungeon, and I'm like, I like that. I like that they actually kind of showcase, and that's at least a little bit of like teasing on there. I think it was like Pixie, Bicorn, and I forget what the other one is, but I know full up that they wasn't supposed to fight that. Like in the game, it was like this knight. I remember it was like this knight on a horse, if I remember correctly, or some like it was one of like Kamoshida's like kind of elites that we get to see on there. So overall, like we got that. There was again a lot of teasing in this episode of like other characters, especially when Ren and Ryuji go to the ramen shop and we see another one of the members in there. We see like. And he talks about his probation, which that's the whole thing where he seemingly tried to help a lady that was getting molested by a drunk guy. Some shady shit happened where he got arrested because of this, even though he was trying to help, and seemingly this lady didn't come up and like try and stand up for him and say anything. This guy clearly has big influence, and it's really hard to talk around this because it's a very big plot point that goes later on also in the games that you can imagine. But it's like, yeah, all you need to know about that guy is that he's a shitty person, and a lot of people that you're going to be meeting in this series is a shitty person. So overall, I really did like this episode. It did improve a lot of things that the first one. I felt the first one was a little bit lackluster in some ways. There's still, obviously, like, again, they can't go full out like they can with the game. Like, the game was developed for a number of years. The anime, they have so much limited time to work on compared to, like, a game. So, maybe some of the things might be cleared up on a Blu-ray. I'm just trying to be reasonably honest, but if there is things that are generally bad, then I will say that. But it did look good. But then again, it's like, the one thing that P5 really stands out for is its style and flavor, and as I feel with like any anime adaptation or something, I feel like they should add something or do something to like enhance the experience compared to like, this is something that you're not gonna get by playing the game. That's how I feel. It's like, or if you're gonna read the manga or something and all that, they enhance to the flavor of the series. It's like, we're getting more of this, and that's something that's like, I at least want to. And I will say, with the prison scene where we got to see Igor, holy shit, like, I don't know if that's his original fucking Japanese voice actor, because I've gone dub to dub with P3, P4, P5, but holy shit, Igor sounds baller ass. I know obviously they changed him in the dub, but it's like, I believe it was the voice actor, like, actually passed away, I think, in Japanese, because it was like, that is a completely different Igor on there, and I don't know whether or not that's the same for the game. Obviously, there's a lot to go into with that as well, but like, again, like, the more I kind of talk about more of this stuff, like, the more I feel this might lead into spoilers with a lot of things down the road. But all you need to know is, like, definitely, yeah, Japanese voice actor for Igor, fucking thumbs up. That is a great ass character, like, on there. So, and we only got to see a tiny bit of Justine and Caroline, so we'll see. But overall, yeah, really liked this episode. Thumbs up for this one, and I hope to be watching more of this, and I hope it delivers on some of my favourite scenes and characters. So that's all for me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.